How much should a man spend on a first date? All right, so question that we have of the day. How much should a man spend on a first date? And I love this question because if it's up to me, I'm gonna be honest, there is no limit. Depending on who the person is. Now, that's not gonna work for every guy in every situation, right? Obviously. So here's some game on how you kind of determine how much you're gonna spend on this first date that you're gonna take her out to. All right, so what I feel like matters most in this situation, where are you meeting this girl at, right? Are you meeting her off a dating app? You got Facebook dating, you got Tinder, all that stuff, right? Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. All right, and then you also have social media. You got Instagram, which we already know what Instagram is. All right, so if you meeting somebody off Instagram, come prepared. But TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, you know, we have all the social medias now that we can go through and meet new people at. Then you have in person. You may be working together, you may just catch her out while you're doing something, and she's open to talk, right? So we got a couple different scenarios that we can look at and determine how much we're gonna take this woman, how much we're gonna need to take this woman out on that first date, right? Scenario one, all right, we've met this person on one of those dating apps. Now, typically on the dating apps, these women, they have high expectations, not the highest, right? But they have high expectations on the first date. They've been in love, they've been in relationships, right? And they're on here, not exactly quote unquote desperate, but they're looking for attention, all right? They're looking to make that first date happen, all right? So they want it to happen, they just don't want it to be complete trash. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hint at the things that she likes, all right? We're gonna use that to our best interest. While we look at the things that she like, all right? She likes nice restaurants, she likes volleyball, she likes arcades, whatever the case may be. This now determines how much we're gonna spend on this first date. I would say this is the mid-level area, right? This is where we're not gonna spend the most, but it's not gonna be the cheapest, right? So, for example, I meet someone on Facebook dating. Where am I gonna go? Somewhere like a Firebirds, right? It's my bread and butter. I know the menu. Simple, you know, Top Golf. You know, I can be creative here. It's not the cheapest date, right? But it's enough for a good first time, good first impression. All right, I don't really need to go over the top and extravagant, just nice enough to make sure that she knows that I'm interested into her, right? I may throw in getting her some flowers, you know, or maybe a little mini perfume, right? Something to really just spruce up that first date experience to where I'm still within a good margin. I maybe only spent $100 on this first date on average or less. Let's just say, to give it a number, $100 or less. Now, I've met someone on Instagram. Instagram is the worst place to meet somebody, all right? TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all that stuff is okay. It's still gonna be in the upper echelon of things because social media is meant there to impress people. So a large part of women are only dating on there to impress people. These women have men at homes that you do not really know about. Or they may tell you after the first date. It's a whole slew of drama with these women, all right? So, I meet someone on Instagram, sliding in the DM. She says, oh, I want to give you the time of day. I'm planning a date, right? I'm going to say 9, really, I want to say 10 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, I want to choose the most extravagant place that I can afford. That's the key factor, that you can afford in the area. All right. So I'm probably gonna choose like a Roof Chris, something like a Fleming's. You know, you want to just something safe, something that she knows that I can get our pictures done. Oh, I'm with a guy that it fits the social media image that I want to have for myself. All those little shallow things, right, that don't really matter in dating. But keep in mind, this is social media dating. All right, so you gotta have your expectations pretty low here. But yeah, this is gonna be your most expensive date by far. I want to say on average, you're spending. Actually, they just showed a study on how much people are spending now on dates. And it's averaged at about $258 for a date. So expect that. But again, this stat is from Instagram, so this is social media dating. Now, meeting in person. This, my friends, meeting in person is a lost art. All right? This is your best friend. This is your biggest advantage. You have some type of relation with this woman already. You could be working together. She could be your neighbor, anything. Walk your dog for you, any type of thing, right? You just see her out in person. You met her at the club, whatever the case may be, right? Now, here's where you can finesse this situation, but you just gotta be smooth, all right? That's the key. You gotta be smooth. You want to make this your cheapest experience. Let me tell you why. Number one, you know her, all right? So you can use that as a hack to find cheap places to go to, right? That's hack number one. You can get discounts on stuff because you know what she likes, right? That's you planning a situation. Here's where you can really use it to your advantage. You meet the person, right? Y'all at the club, it's the let out, she's hungry, starving. It's 3 a.m, all right? Yeah, wanna go to Waffle House? She's, oh my God, this is my savior. Free eats after I'm drunk. And guys, this is a first date. This counts as a first date. You end up spending $20, $40, right? And depending on how smooth you are, you can make out of this, get another date out of this, and you use it part of your story. Yeah, Waffle House was our first date. You can go to a coffee spot, right? You run into this girl in person. Hey, I think you're cute. You know, y'all vibing. Coffee spot, 5 minutes down the street. You want to check it out? Yeah, I love a free coffee. First date, $5 coffee. All right, you want to utilize meeting women in person because this is how you get the discount for the first date. Let's call it that. All right, so that'll be your kind of different tiers on how you'll spend or what you will spend on the first date. Again, you got social media dating, which is gonna be the highest. That's your Instagram, your TikTok. The girls that wanna make it look nice. They wanna live the Instagram life, right? Then in that mid-level, we got the dating apps. You got the Facebook dating, you got the Tinder and all that, Bumble, whatever people use. All right, mid-level. We don't really need to impress Instagram too much, just enough to impress her. All right, so this is where we're gonna go with our hidden gem spots. And lastly, meeting in person, the one I recommend the most. It's a lost art. I'm telling you, people don't know how to really approach women anymore. So if you have that skill, use it. It'll save you a lot of money. Alright guys, this is Jordan Kenchen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.